Hi everyone, it is one and only Dev Aero DX, and I just want to talk today. This is just pretty much a vlog, usually I put out theme videos of surrounding game design or uh, devlogs pretty much. But today is just a regular vlog, and I just want to say some stuff about pretty much how life can sometimes seem like the situation that you're in is forever. Now, I have been homeless a few times in my life. I've had severe heartbreak. Uh, lost my dad. I had a lot of difficult traumas in my life growing up to my 20s. And I can say is this, you might get in a situation where you feel like, oh man, where I'm at right now, it'll never change. And it could be really demotivating. I also struggled in school and I dropped out. I wind up going back later. Well, I spent 7 years trying to get my GED. Think about that. 7 years. And the only reason why it took so long is because I was so depressed at my life and I felt like I'll never learn. You know what I'm saying? So because of my conditioning and my schooling, growing up, my education, I felt like I couldn't learn. So even with that, I went back to go to try for my GED. I kept starting, and once something difficult happens, I stop and never go back, and come back a week later and stop. You know what I'm saying? It was on and off for 7 years, but eventually I became very homeless towards the end of a winter. Right? I got hospitalized, and I left the hospital, and they put me in this group home, pretty much. And I seen how bad life can get when you don't have the financial benefits backing you, or you're not put together. You don't got your mind put together, or your situation you know stable. So when I was in a group home, I decided to go back to the same teacher where I was on and off with for 7 years to work on my GED. It took me about 5 months to pass all four exams. Why? It's only because I was already ready, but I never knew that I was ready. We'll repeat that again. I was ready, but I never knew I was ready. All them 7 years, I was scared to take the exam and putting on and off, but I was already prepared for it. She brushed me up on stuff when I got in class, and I pretty much took one exam each month. And the last exam, which was math, I wanted the extra month, so that's why it's 5 months instead of four. But see, some things you might be putting off because of fear and what your belief is, your belief system. Like, oh, this is forever. I'm forever. I'm not going to learn, and all this stuff in your mind that can keep you trapped. Now you have to realize that the only way to change a situation is through iteration. You need to figure out the problem, fix it, and do use the solution, and try it again, and see if it works this time. You don't want to do repetition. You don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. It won't change. You need iteration in your life. 1,000 hours of iteration. I'm 10,000 hours of iteration. That's the key, not 10,000 hours of repetition like they say in the books. Iteration is the way to change how your environment and your life and your mindset, okay? Because even right now, I'm in my 30s and I still don't have everything put together. I wish I can tell you that I did, but I don't. You know, I take responsibility very seriously now than more than I ever did. I learned how to budget because it's very important as a adult to budget your money throughout the month. So while I work my job, I see like, oh, I made this much. I usually make this average amount every week. Multiply that by 4 to get the month amount, and go from there. And yeah, I didn't know about budgeting or none of that stuff really when I was in my 20s. I sad to say it. See, not everybody got the same education as the other person. So things can get difficult. But you gotta understand that things will change. You just have to believe. I'm not I'm not where I'm at completely right now either, and I still feel like I'm feel better than I was about a few years ago. I'm still working a regular 9 to 5 job and all that, but I feel much more content. I feel better than when I was in my past, and that's all because the shift in mindset, the iteration. You have to believe. You can't just say that something's forever. That forever thinking, it's like black and white, yes and no. You know what I'm saying? Forever or not forever. Don't think like that. It's a gray area and everything. Okay. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that, because, um, you know, after going through all these situations in my life, I think back at it like, dang, that was really painful. That's what gets us a lot. It's the pain of life. It could it can push you overboard. It can even make you not the type of person that you really are. It can make you do things that you didn't even thought about doing because the hurts so much. But I'm gonna let you know that if you stay focused and don't let the pain take over, and you can make a change in your life, regardless of what anybody say, regardless of but more importantly, what yourself say. Because self-sabotage is a thing, and a lot of people cripple themselves from self-sabotage, even including me. I still get them thoughts every day like, oh, I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? But it's part of life. The mind does that, but you just gotta push through. It's like, oh, I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just wanted to say that. My name is Aaron, but you can call me AeroDX or Dev AeroDX. It doesn't matter. I just like to release videos to the audience, which is y'all, and hopefully interact with y'all. You can leave comments and whatever you want. Yeah, subscribe. I like you to subscribe. Subscribe. I can get to more people. Subscribe. But yeah, so I just wanted to have this talk because I feel like it's very important to know this stuff while you're chasing your goals in life, which we all have. If you don't have a goal, you should get one. You should get one. I know you got one. You just gotta go find it. You gotta find it. But yeah, I just wanted to get this talk out because I feel like it's very important. And when we're in our tough situations, it can be very blinding to us and hindering us from our future. A future where we feel happy and not sad all the time. Because that's all we want in the end. We all want to be happy. Everybody that walks the streets wants to be happy. People that got in jail once at a point want to be happy, but their paths got blurred. Or they just got accused for some wrong crime. It's just, this life is just, you don't never know what happened. It's sad, but it's also happy at the same time. You want to be happy though, and I feel like that's why I put these videos out. So these devlogs and the vlogs to make you a happy game developer or a happy person walking around in the world. Because I felt a lot of sadness, and I still feel sadness today. I'm not gonna act like I'm not perfect right now, but I'm not. Far from it. I only increased myself from 1% to 2%, but I feel happier than that 1%. And I want you to feel happier today by 1% if this video helps. Alright, thank you. Peace out. Aaron Mobley.